The athletes being introduced to the men's up to 45 kilo category final at the Powerlifting at Paris 2024. The big roar you just heard was Axel Bourlon, the French hope, here in the Porte de la Chapelle arena. Young Inglang of the People's Republic of China, looking to follow in the footsteps of Guaoling Ling, who just claimed gold moments ago. Mohammad Alshnaiti of Jordan, the next to be introduced. Muslim Al-Sudani as well, and David Degtyarev of Kazakhstan. And last but not least, Pablo Ramirez Barrientos of Cuba. This is the men's up to 54 kilo category final of the Powerlifting at Paris 2024. Welcome to the men's up to 54 kilogram para powerlifting final at Paris 2024. A talented pack with nations from across the globe in a sport that attracts the interests of over 100 different nations, with records held at Paralympian level by Nigerian Ezeruki and Sharif Osman of Egypt, the current world record holder of 205 kilos, set back in 2014. Long-standing records, but if anything about our time in the Porte de la Chapelle here at this Paralympics has told us, is that records are there to not just be broken, but obliterated when it comes to being beneath the bar on the bench. A high increase in density of tricolores, with Alex Bourlon set to take to the stage in this competition that is only bench press and is one of the fastest growing sports in terms of participation in para sports anywhere in the world. 180 athletes split across 20 disciplines themselves, split equally between both male and female, will compete across Paris 2024. And here we have the first of them.
First athlete is Jeyhun Mammadov, Azerbaijan, 32 years old. Competed in the World Championships last year and lifted 153. He's got 158 as his opening lift here. Strong man. Idolises another strong man, Iron Mike Tyson. Coach just checking the bar. That's a Hadjiev. So opening round lift then of the men's up to 54 kilogram category. Jeyhun Mammadov below 158 kilograms.
Start. Right.
No lift, and it was the press sequence by all three referees. On his left side, his left elbow was slightly out of sync with his right. Fairly smooth on the way down. Also the pause, the stop section. But then his left elbow just out of sync on the press. And Mammadov will be back with another attempt.
Guess who is coming out next? Few prizes, that it is Alex Bourlon. Roared on by a passionate home crowd in the Porte de la Chapelle arena. 33-year-old from Roanne, a silver medalist at the Tokyo Olympics in Japan 3 years ago with a best lift of 165 kilos. And he will start here in his home country on 163. I wonder how many more kilos can be roared from Alex Bourlon here in Paris by this tricolore-clad stadium, Porte de la Chapelle. He's been honest. He said that his ambition is not just to win a medal, but to win gold here. He wants another medal, but he wants to go one better than Tokyo. Lifting out of handy sport, Roanne. And taking his time to bring peace and settle himself. You have 2 minutes from when your name is called to begin your lift, and that includes this period of settling in on the bench and being strapped into place. And here is his first lift.
1, 6. Start. Go!
Chief referee calls rack. Bourlon awaits the verdict. And a couple of technical difficulties mean that it will be flag-based, and 2 red flags go up. So it is a no lift for the French favourites. For those new to para-powerlifting, there are 3 referees out there. There is the chief referee at the head of the bench, and then 2 side referees. They all vote either whites or reds as to the validity of the lift. White is good, red is no lift. And consensus is the majority, and that's what stands. On that occasion, 2 of the referees raising their red flags. And interestingly enough, they have to look down when they do so that they're not influenced by one another. Usually, it's done electronically, but in lieu of the system, they raise the flags, and I wonder if there's a lift challenge that is being made here.
Can you, okay, I'll take the card, you can go there.
A couple of technical gremlins in the system here at the Porte de la Chapelle. We have seen the flags out already, and usually at this stage, the coach will head over to that console and he'll immediately input the next weight that his athlete will attempt to lift in the next round. So, confirmation that a lift challenge has been submitted. It will go to a 3-person jury who will assess the video evidence, and all 3 must agree with one another for the call to be overturned. The challenge is unsuccessful. You would think, looking at some of the replays that we got, that it was in the press sequence. But it is a lift challenge that has not gone the way of Alex Bourlon, and it has been a longer wait now for the next competitor, who is Egypt's Taha Abdelmajid.
$165 kilograms on the bar for Taha Abdelmajid. Bronze medalist from back in London. 4th place in Tokyo. Lifted 165 actually in London to win that bronze medal, but 164 for 4th in Tokyo. Former 2-time world championship bronze medalist, the Egyptian leopard. Taha steadies himself for his first round lift. $37 now. And a medal-laden career behind him. Medals are still to win, certainly, in his career. First round lift of 165 kilograms.
Start.
And a good lift. It's all three white lights. All three judges like it. A huge slap to the bench. Taha, Abdelmajid. What a fantastic way to start your competition with a perfect 3 from 3 from the officials. Powerful man. It was a very controlled first part of the lift. And when it came to the press, equally as controlled, both elbows locking out at the same time, and liked by all crowd, referees, and athletes.
And so the weight of the bar increases even more. 166 kilos for the 41-year-old Greek lifter Dimitrios Bakochristos, who hails from a quite wondrous spot in Greece, Preveza, the northern peninsula, the mouth of the Ambracian Gulf. He got a bronze in 2016 in Rio with a lift of 162, a bronze in Tokyo 3 years ago with a lift of 165. This lift right here, right now, on his first attempt, will eclipse all that has gone before in Paralympic terms. A marker ready to be laid down by Dimitrios Bakochristos.
Start. Rack.
Back on the bench and back producing good lifts. He had a couple of health issues in around this time last year, and it forced him to take 8 months away from the sport. But he's back and he is clearly as good, if not better than ever. A big 166 to open his lifting account at Paris 2024.
More weights being added to the bar. Officials making sure everything is in place for our next athletes. Nguyen of Vietnam. First major championships. Age 38. Taking in all the sights and sounds, but we're going to get down to business now, and it's 168 on the bar. 4 more lifters in round 1 to come. So 158, 68 here on the bar. From Nguyen, who major championships debut. This is a awful lot of weight for a first round lift.
Start.
No lift, unfortunately, and a grimace and a hold of the left elbow is not a great sign for lifts 2 and 3. It's a very heavyweight, 168. Stretching out and also just rotating his left arm. I'd like to see that at all. So Nguyen will go back and think about the second round. Fingers crossed that everything's okay with his left arm. Four to go in round 1. There's the grimace. Holding the left elbow. We'll find out later.
Mohammad Alshnaiti of Jordan, the 22-year-old from Amman, comes out for his first ever Paralympics. And I think you can say by the smile on his face, he's very, very pleased to be here. He set himself a goal of being here. He finished 6th at the World Championships last year in Dubai with a lift of 166. And, well, talk about growth. He's thrown on an additional 7 kegs onto the bar for his opening lift here. He cites his hero as fellow Jordanian Omar Karada as his hero. Not a bad man to try and emulate the Paralympic gold medalists in the weight class below. Isa Hilal, his coach, assisting him with the bar. And with 2 white lights, it is a good lift. First Paralympics, first lift, Mohammad Alshnaiti does a good job, and he's proud to be Jordanian too. Points to the flag. And I hope as well he's pointing to himself, because that was a fabulous first lift. And he sets the tone with 173. He goes to the top of the standings in round 1.
YangJ of the People's Republic of China, 34 years old. First round attempt of 173 kilograms. The 2-time silver medalist in the World Championships, lifted 179 when winning silver a year ago in Dubai. In 2022, lifted 185. Just give you an indication of where YangJ can go to. When finishing second in a Asian Para Games. Very, very strong competition. He's been lifting now internationally for 7 years for the People's Republic of China. Paralympic debut. Yinglang 173, round one.
Start.
Very smooth lift. And gets 3 white lights. It looked good. Locking out the elbows exactly at the same time. Lovely pause as well. And Inglang with a huge appreciative smile, not only of the referees, no surprise when you get 3 white lights, but also to this Paris crowd as well. Great way to start the competition. 173 is on the board in a category. The men's up to 54 kilograms as we get towards the end of round one. That, on the outset, looked pretty open for the medals, and is proving to be so as well in round one.
Some big lifts and some big work for the team servicing the bar to get through. And we're now turning our attentions to Muslim Al-Sudani, 22-year-old from Iraq, who is very much a powerlifter on the rise. He was part of the gold medal winning Iraqi team in 2023 at the World Championships in Dubai. He got an individual 6th there with a maximum lift of 166. And here right now, he's attempting 178 in his first ever Paralympics. It's a sport that he took up age 6. It is one that, in his own words, he loves, and he's loved since he was young. And that's probably what makes motivating himself to train 4 hours a day all the easier. When it's in the heart, and when you love it, it doesn't feel like hard work, does it? And Muslim Al-Sudani is reaching the pinnacle of the sport by being at the Paralympics here in Paris. He's got just over 30 seconds with which to start his lift. 2 minutes from when his name is called by the announcer. And he's got 178 above him and about to be released in his hands. Spins off in confident fashion and almost gets a little disorientated in his joy. Well, that's very nicely done, isn't it? Not many issues there for the young Iraqi, who clearly has a process, took his time, wrapped the wrists, and it all worked out well for him. With 3 white lights coming on, all referees agreeing that was a good lift.
Pablo Ramirez Barrientos of Cuba makes his way to the stage here in Paris, round one. 2 more lifts to go in the men's up to 54 kilogram category. Silver medalist from Santiago, the Pan American Games of a year ago, lifting 161. Well, we're up to 184 here already. 27-year-old. From Guantanamo. Been lifting for nearly 10 years now. Known as Pablito Magura del Astriel, which is the steel crane. Well, can the crane lift 184 kilograms in round one? One more athlete to come.
Start. Rack.
Punch of the air, but it's a no lift. Press sequence from two of the referees. Well, Ramirez Barrientos appeared happy with that. Maybe it was a little bit of kidology on the bench. It was a punch in the air with his right hand, but it's a no lift from two of the three referees. So get backstage and take a look. It was the, again, press that was the issue. He will fight another day, and we're back in round two for 184 with one more athlete to lift in round one.
A bit of focus on our spotter loaders who are working very hard out there to not only load the bar but also adjust the rack height, which is something that is declared the day before when the weigh-ins are happening. You have your weigh-in the day before competition to make sure that you're within the limits. There also is a facility as well to be randomly spot weighed on the day of competition, so you don't want to overindulge watching a movie the night before, because you might tip yourself over. But this is someone to be excited for. This is the reigning Paralympic champion. It's David Degtyarev, I beg your pardon, from Kazakhstan, 28 years old. He's world champion as well, backing it up in Dubai in 2023 from his gold in Tbilisi.
Start. Rack.
185, his first attempted weight. Kazakhstani flags flying in the front rows here. And they get a little bit more wind in them to flutter, because three white lights say that is all right for the reigning Olympic champion, who points to the sky. And with that first lift, he opens up a 7-kilo difference between him and a Muslim, Al-Sudani. Down sequence good, stop sequence fine, and the press also fits for a top spot here at the Porte de la Chapelle Arena. And just like that, we've gone through all the opening lifts, and we're heading back to the opener. Remember, 3 lifts for each competitor, and it is the best lift that counts. And right now, it is the favorites. It is the Kazakhstani David Degtyarev, leading with 185 kilos.
Jeyhun Mammadov will start at round 2, still with 158 on the board. We had Nguyen and holding his arm at the end of his lift in round 1, and looks like he will retire from the competition, which, as one of those who were in with a chance of a medal again, opens up the competition even more for those who would have been aiming for 4th, 5th, 6th finishes. Now that bronze medal is tantalisingly within reach. That's all to come in round 3, but Mammadov just wants to get a first lift in here. 158, a foul, no lift in round 1.
Start. Right.
Warm applause from the crowd, they like it. And a good lift, 3 out of 3. The referees, they all like it. And Jeyhun Mammadov just corrects the errors of round 1. And will look to progress now with his 3rd round lift later. Mostly down onto the chest and both arms extending at exactly the same time. That's what we want to see. That's what the referees want to see, and thankfully that's what they saw. Perfect lift, and his competition is now well underway.
Attempt number 2 for Egypt's Taha Abdelmajid. (37-year-old) at his 3rd Paralympics. His best performance coming in London in 2012 when he claimed bronze with a lift of 165. Attempt number 2 is coming in at 167, having successfully negotiated 165. He's got his father and coach alongside him, Saeed Abd El Hafiz.
Start.
A roar of appreciation from everyone in the Abdelmajid camp. It's 2 white lights, just the one referee taking issue with the press sequence of that lift, but it looks really good. And 167 has been cleared. And all on his own as well. The athletes do have the option of having their coaches lift the bar to assist them off the rack, but doing it solo. There's the stop, there's the press. The instruction coming to rack, and the celebration following suit.
Dimitrios Bakochristos striding purposefully, as he did in round 1, to the bench. 166 was no problem. It was one of the smoother and problem-free lifts of round 1. 169 here for the 41-year-old. Double Paralympic bronze medalist. And he's right in the middle of a battle for another Straps being applied. Currently in 6th place, but with Nguyen again being out of the competition. We'll need a good lift, one would suggest, if he's going to challenge for a medal. Bakochristos, 169 in round 2.
Start. Rack.
And a good lift. One referee giving the press as a no lift, but 2 out of 3 gets the job done. And 2 from 2 for Bakochristos. And who knows, maybe a 3rd bronze is on the cards. As the noise once again starts to go up another 2, 3, maybe 4 levels in the Chappelle Arena.
Paris 2024, and the arrival of the French favourite Axel Bourlon. He had a bit of a sticky first lift. Attempted 163. Got called by 2 referees for the press sequence. He went to video review, asked for a lift challenge, which was unsuccessful. So the silver medalist from Tokyo has his back to the wall here a little. But undeterred, he has added 6 kilos onto this bar. Wanted to take up swimming initially as his sport, but his upper back muscles not developed enough, he said, so started hitting the gym at Handy Sport Rouennais to try and supplement that swimming, and in going to the gym, suddenly realised that he had a taste for shifting big tin, and that may be his calling. He's here, home Paralympics, a silver medal in Tokyo, which just tells us his pedigree. And drama building before Axel Bourlon's 2nd attempt.
Start. Go.
3 red lights, and disappointment dawning upon Axel and this home support. Two unsuccessful lifts now for the French silver medalist from Tokyo. But his fans are trying to rally him. A lot of blue, white and red in the crowd for him to set his eyes upon. And they've submitted another lift challenge here. And again, it proves unsuccessful.
Weight being adjusted on the bar, and also rack height as well for Inglang, who will be next. 173 his lift in round 1, successful. 2 kilograms added on to that weight. So this will be 175 attempted. Currently sitting in 4th place, level with Alshnaiti of Jordan, and only 4 clear of the impressive-looking Bakochristos of Greece. That's how close it is for a medal at the moment. More than likely a bronze, but YangJ, if lifting 175, will put pressure on Alshnaiti. So the two-time world silver medalist is on the charge for another medal, but this time Paralympic medal in his first Paralympic Games. 34-year-old Sukwan composes himself plenty of time. He's going to hear the call of a minute. So 175 on the bar. Attempt number 2 to move into third place.
Start.
Looks towards the referees, gets a good lift as well. 3 white lights. Looks very impressive in real time. Again, very, very controlled. Huge roar beforehand. But of course, looking controlled doesn't mean necessarily that the lift will be called as a good lift. Rising from the chest. It's all about the lockout of the elbows. It can be slightly disjointed towards the top, and then you can lock out together, and that will be fine. Very impressive beforehand as well. Looked in complete control throughout all aspects of the lift. Before, during the lift. And there's more, I reckon, to come. Up into third place.
The young Jordanian Mohammad Alshnaiti is back to the bench, and he made a very bright start indeed to his Paralympic career. His first time lifting at these heights. Got stuck into the sport early, age 13, and within a decade, he is now at Paris 2024. He's channeling his inner Omar Karada, the gold medal winning Jordanian from the weight classification below.
Start.
And the spirit of Karada looks to be within 1 red light. That'll do nicely. A minor issue on the press from one of the refs, but 2 white lights mean that 176 is bang on for Mohammad Alshnaiti. And he moves up to 3rd position. Getting in the zone. Getting under the weight. And finding that last bit of energy. The key here being that extension, being in unison. Doesn't matter if there's a bit of a wobble or a stutter on the way up. The key thing is extending those elbows and locking them out at the same time. And he did just that, and the lift is good.
Muslim Al-Sudani strides purposefully towards the bench. It's very impressive. 22-year-old from Iraq who He's going to look to respond to the bit of pressure put on by the likes of Alshnaiti and also inglang. So 182 is on the bar. This will take Al-Sudani clear in second, and clear by 6 kilograms. At the moment, he is 2 kilograms clear with his first round lift of 178. It will put him within 3 kilograms of the leader, who still has a second round lift to come. But for now, a lift of 182 would go an awful long way to securing a medal. What colour? We'll find out later. 182. Muslim Al-Sudani.
Start. Right.
No lift for Al-Sudani. To press the issue for all 3 of the referees. Well, the coach is hurriedly making his way around. I wonder whether they're going to make a jury appeal here. Coach Mohammad Bourlon is pointing over towards the jury. The athlete is waiting as well, so at the moment one would suggest that there might well be an appeal here. For the moment, Al-Sudani is waiting by the monitor.
Well, they've got 60 seconds with which to lodge a lift appeal. But in the midst of all that, here comes Pablo Ramirez Barrientos of Cuba, who failed in his first attempt of 184 kilos. Undeterred, he's thrown an extra kilo on the man from Guantanamo. 27 years old, never been to a Paralympics before, but he has claimed silver at the Pan American Games November last year in the wonderful city of Santiago, where the beautiful people of Chile hosted the Americas for their grand sporting bonanza. He's got his coach Barbaro Silva securing him to the bench. Quite a turn in sporting pursuits, having been playing chess before realising he fancied shifting big weights. It's polite applause and it's big roars and embraces, and a marquee moment for Ramirez Barrientos. His first good lift at a Paralympic Games, and it's 185 kilos. It's level with that of the Kazakhstani David Degtyarev, who is going to follow. A blend of spirituality and revving the engine to get him into the lifting zone. And 2 white lights sufficient for Pablo Ramirez Barrientos.
Well, David Degtyarev has been watching backstage, and walks out with 186 in round 2. This competition with that lift of Ramirez Barrientos has, for the gold medal, been blown wide open, because even if Degtyarev is successful here, it will be into the lead by just 1 kilogram. At the moment, it looks like a 3-way fight for bronze and a 2-way fight for gold. Can David remain at the top of the pile going into the final round? 186. And a good lift. 3 white lights. Degtyarev says, I'm going nowhere. 186. And leads going into the final round of lifts. 185, 186. He will obviously wait to see what else has been lifted. Whether it's successful or not, that might well be enough. But by the way this competition has gone, I would rule nothing out. Still might need to lift more to secure gold, but 2 from 2, and leads going into the final round of lifts in the men's up to 54 kilogram category, which appeared to be a very open looking competition before we started. And going into the final round, we only have 1 kilogram between gold and silver, and between bronze 4th and 5th we have 3 kilograms. Who is going to be in what position from the end of this round? Well, your guess is as good as mine at the moment. It's going to be very entertaining for the medals, and round 3 is about to get underway.
The bar is racked and we are ready to receive Jeyhun Mammadov, the 32-year-old from Azerbaijan. First Paralympics, and it has been a success so far. Unsuccessful in the first attempt, but he notched up a 158 for his second attempt, and now he's eyeing up 163, which won't have any bearing on his placing as far as those ahead of him go, but it will certainly solidify 8th position, with the only person left to challenge him being France's Axel Bourlon, yet to lodge a good lift. Is that one good? Unfortunately for Jeyhun Mammadov, it isn't. All 3 judges finding fault with the press stage, and also an orange light in there too, which is related to the stop sequence. But for a first Paralympics, that's not bad from Jeyhun Mammadov. 158. Successfully lifted on his second attempt, and that will be his best score. Now the bar does need to touch the chest. It's not meant to sink in too much. You need to have control over it. And then the time it's there plays a part. But it was the press in that instance that was the main issue. But still smiles and waves all round as the bar is racked higher for the French favourite.
Well, Axel Bourlon, it's not gone the way of the silver medal winner of Tokyo so far at his home Paralympic Games. He's had 2 no lifts so far. It's not at all how we'd like this competition to go. 163, 169, and he's going to try once again at 169. Huge roars at the Chappelle Arena to greet their hero. Tricolours everywhere, signs saying Alex. Axel. Steadies himself on the bench. Axel Bourlon, 169 kilograms, round 3. Guaranteed to be given a huge ovation by the crowd. But can he give the crowd what they want? And that is a good lift in his home Paralympic Games.
Start. Go!
It's a no lift, unfortunately, for Axel. And Axel Bourlon is understandably emotional as he gets off the bench, and the ovation is one of pride. It's a very heartwarming celebration, and also ovation by the crowd, which will go a long way to help with the disappointment of 3 no lifts for Axel. Waves to the crowd, but unfortunately at this Paralympics it won't be Axel Bourlon with a medal, but he's walking off to the ovation of his home crowd. Disappointing when it comes to the lifts. The event will carry on. There will be new medalists here, and this crowd, I'm sure, will give them the same support. But for now, they're waving off their hero.
Disappointment for Axel Bourlon, however, for Dimitrios Bakochristos of Greece, it is still all to lift for. 6th position at the moment for Dimitrios, and he's gone well. 166, 169, 170 now on the horizon. It won't see him climb any higher up the standings, as YangJ of the People's Republic of China is ahead of him in 5th with a 175. But he can make the task that little bit taller for Taha Abdelmajid of Egypt, who is to follow him. He has looked really good to meet Dimitrios Bakochristos. It's not his first taste of Paralympic or Olympics either, having featured in 2 before and claimed bronze. He was also in the torch relay ahead of the Winter Games in Sochi in 2014. And he won't claim a medal here in Paris, but he could claim a huge 170 lift.
Right.
Which he does superbly, supremely. 3 good lifts. The third, 170 kilos. A wonderful performance from Dimitrios Bakochristos, who lifts the heaviest he's ever lifted in 3 Paralympic turns. Medals at the 2 before in Rio and Tokyo. He may not leave with a piece of the already fell round his neck, but he does leave with the biggest lift of all time in his personal career at the Paralympics. Just a little bit of a glimpse there of the work that these spotter loaders are getting through. Adjusting the rack height, which, as I mentioned, is predetermined and pre-submitted, so it's weights on and off, re-racking and spotting.
Taha Abdelmajid has just seen Bakochristos lift that 170, so this is his response with 171 to then go back to 6th position. Outside of the medals in Tokyo in 4th, already has a Paralympic bronze. That was back in London, but you know, looking at a chance to go back again to 6th place. Perfect competition so far, 165, 167, a further 4 kilos added here. 171 is on the bar for the 37-year-old. Taha Abdelmajid for 6th place.
Start.
Very smooth indeed, and the referees agree. Super celebration from Taha Abdelmajid, back up to 6th place. A perfect 3 from 3 from the referees, and when it comes to his competition, 3 good lifts. Now on 171 kilograms, his best, and he goes back into 6th place. And that's where he will finish at these Paris 2024 Paralympic Games. .165, 167, and in round 3, 171, and 6th place.
There are some great little tussles unfolding in the various sections of the standings. We've just seen that one down for 7th and 6th position between Abdelmajid and Bakochristos, but now we're leveling up. We're getting to the bronze realms here because we've got Jordan's Mohammad Alshnaiti, who's had a best lift of 176 that has him in 4th position at the moment. He's got YangJ to follow afterwards, who is 1 kilo below him and a position below him on 175. But Alshnaiti has in his sights Muslim Al-Sudani, who has a best lift so far of 178. This attempt of 179 would see him leapfrog the Iraqi and put him into the bronze medal berth.
Start. Rack.
Unfortunately, that one is not going to stick. You could see the disconnection in the symmetry on the press. One of the referees also took issue with the stop sequence. You don't have to be symmetrical all the way up, but when you do hit the apex, you must be in line on the lockout. So a bit of disappointment there on the last lift, but for a first Paralympics, one that he is a member of a Jordanian team alongside his hero, Omar Karada. I think it's a pretty memorable performance in Paris for Mohammad Alshnaiti, who, as it stands, is in 4th position, but he has the People's Republic of China's YangJ breathing down his neck on the bench, and up next looking to take that 4th and maybe even climb a little higher.
Yeah, good lift here for YangJ of 179. We'll see him leapfrog Alshnaiti and also Al-Sudani into 3rd place. Al-Sudani still with 1 lift to come. So this to go from 5th to 3rd. If unsuccessful, then the bronze medal at least will be Muslim Al-Sudani's. His previous lift looked calm and assured. Himself up a little bit more here for his final lift. 179 kilograms on the bar to go from 5th into 3rd.
Start.
Well, a roar of approval from the crowd. And the referees say yes as well. 2 out of 3 white lights. Just one with the body position. But it's a good lift. And now YangJ will move into 3rd place, 179. And all of a sudden, Muslim Al-Sudani is out of the medal places with 1 lift to go. And he'll be next onto the bench. Very controlled, just like his previous lift. YangJ just got a little while longer to get from chest to lock in those elbows, but that doesn't matter. Both at the same time. Just the body position for one of the referees, but that doesn't matter. He's currently in 3rd. Will he stay there?
Well, just to reiterate what all of these athletes are doing, this is the men's up to 54 kilo category. So none of these athletes weigh more than 54 kilos. And YangJ has just bench pressed 179, over 3 times his body weight. And Muslim Al-Sudani is going to look to do the same, but toss on a few more kilos while he's at it. 182 to blow past the man from the People's Republic of China. And this pressure, like the bar, is ratcheted up. This is a straight lift for a medal for Muslim Al-Sudani, who was successful with 178 in his first attempt. He had a no lift at 182 on his second. This time he must make it count. to claim bronze.
Start. Right.
And it is no lift. It is no lift by virtue of 2 red lights and just 1 white, and his coach is off in a hurry to get his lift challenge in early this time. I think that they wanted to challenge previously, but maybe they didn't have the card that they needed to submit. So on this occasion, no time wasted. It will be a lift challenge. They need all 3 members of the jury to confer for the decision to be overturned. The stop sequence is good. It's the press. However, the jury concurs with the referees out on stage. The challenge is rejected. Muslim Al-Sudani fails in his bid to lift 182 kilos for the second time. He misses out on bronze and he takes 4th position.
Now from lifts for bronze, we turn to lifts for gold. 2 lifts remain in the men's up to 54 kilogram category. Here comes Pablo Ramirez Barrientos, currently in silver with 185 in round 2. This is for 187 kilograms, and this to go 1 clear of the leader, who will be next. So if successful, Pablo will be up into the gold medal position. If unsuccessful, he will remain and claim a silver medal. Silver has already been won. Can he jump to gold with 1 lift in this weight category remaining? It's an excellent lift in round 2. To lift 185. 27-year-old, guaranteed silver. Can the Cuban win gold? This to move into the gold medal position.
Start.
Ramirez Barrientos, it's a no lift. Press sequence by 2 of the 3 referees. He will remain with 185. He was guaranteed silver. And Pablo Ramirez Barrientos, all of a sudden, the frown turns into a smile. A silver medal in his first Paralympic Games, a brilliant performance. That 185 was a sensational lift in round 2. And the crowd warmly greeting the silver medal winner. And they'll see him again. And it will be when he's given a silver medal. 1 lift to go.
So close. So close, but a great journey and a great achievement to secure silver. Degtyarev is in first position. There are no more lifts to come. His 186 is a gold medal lift. But how about a lift of honor? His third and his final one. There'll be no power lift after this because he's not within 10 kilos of the world record or the Paralympic record, which is some kilos away. But 3 out of 3 and an extra couple of kilos to go into the history books will do rather nicely for the man from Kazakhstan, the man who claimed gold in Tokyo, and he will do so again here in Paris.
Start. Right.
I think that he and his coach are pretty happy with that one. And right they should be. It's unanimous. It is 3 white lights. It is undisputed that David Degtyarev is the best. He is the gold medalist with a best lift of 188 kilos. It's gold for Kazakhstan. He didn't need that lift. He already had the gold in the bag, but it is always nice to put an exclamation mark after a champion's performance. Hoisted almost to the heights that he's achieved in the sport. Another golden performance at a Paralympics. This time it's in Paris. It was a great competition, wasn't it? One that had a lot of mini battles unfolding throughout the table, and we see the final shake-up there with Nguyen unfortunately having to retire. Axel Bourlon leaving disappointed at his home Paralympics, but great competitiveness all the way up from 8th to 1st. But the bronze going to China's YangJ with a huge lift to leapfrog Muslim Al-Sudani of Iraq at the last. And Pablo Ramirez Barrientos taking silver. David Degtyarev of Kazakhstan, the worthiest of golds.
cérémonie de remise des médailles de la compétition para Powerlifting pour les hommes moins de 54 kilos.
Ladies and gentlemen, the victory ceremony for Powerlifting men's up to 54 kilo category.
Veuillez accueillir les médaillés.
Please welcome the medalists.
Victory ceremony for the men's up to 54 kilogram category. A thrilling category where it all came down to the final round of lifts for all 3 medals.
Les médailles seront remises par
The medals will be presented by
Christophe Tivet, directeur de l'intégration Paris 2024 chez Atos.
Christophe Tivet
Integrator Officer, Paris 2024
will be awarding the medals.
accompanied by
Madame Anne Descamps, directrice exécutive de la communication du comité d'organisation
Anne
des
Descamps
Jeux
will
Olympiques
be
et Paralympiques.
assisting Christophe,
Executive
Communications
Director of the
Director of the organising committee.
Paralympic Games of Paris 2024.
Médaille de bronze représentant la Chine.
Bronze medalist representing People's Republic of China, YangJ.
YangJ of the People's Republic of China, a bronze medal. Superb lift of 179 kilograms in the final round. Moved YangJ from 4th into 3rd place. And a bronze medal. Ever-growing collection of medals at major championships, but this is a first at the Paralympic Games. And it's a bronze here in Paris.
Médaille d'argent représentant la sublime île de Cuba.
Silver medalist representing Cuba, Pablo Barrientos.
Well, what a tremendous first Paralympic Games for Pablo Ramirez Barrientos of Cuba. No lift in the first round, but then 185 in round 2. Give Barrientos a chance of a possible gold medal. Couldn't go further. So that second round lift of 185, more than good enough for silver. And what a way to make your Paralympic Games debut. Pablo Ramirez Barrientos, silver medal winner.
Votre médaillé d'or et champion paralympique représentant le Kazakhstan.
Gold medalist and Paralympic champion representing Kazakhstan, Degtyarev.
Paralympic champion for the second Games running. And Degtyarev of Kazakhstan is a 2-time Paralympic champion, was made to fight as well. 188, a perfect 3 from 3. Three kilograms clear of Ramirez Barrientos. And Degtyarev is a 2-time Paralympic champion for Kazakhstan.
Mesdames et messieurs, veuillez vous lever si vous le pouvez pour l'hymne national du Kazakhstan.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand if you're able for the anthem of Kazakhstan.
Mesdames et messieurs, vos médaillés paralympiques.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Paralympic medalists.
Two-time Paralympic champion now, Degtyarev of Kazakhstan, holding off a challenge from Pablo Ramirez Barrientos, a silver medal winner, and Yang with the bronze for the People's Republic of China. But it's Degtyarev who's the gold medal winner once again in the men's up to 54 kilogram category in a superb competition here in Paris.